Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Baruch Adonai, HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Come all of you, come all of us, and bless the one who blesses. Come all of you. So
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We are blessed to be together this evening on this Shabbat Pesach, this Shabbat immediately following our Chagim, the start of the holiday of Passover. We're now in those intermediate days where eating matzah is some form of blessing, but not the mitzvah that it was during the Seder. So you're welcome to scale back your consumption as you see fit. But it is a blessing to be joined by each of you as well as by members of our adult choir who had joined us to start our service and will lead us in song and in prayer later as well. For now, can we invite you to turn in your prayer books to page 2 as we kindle these lights of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner, shel Shabbat.
We continue as we welcome our service, as we welcome one another in song and in prayer with this melody from Kabbalat Shabbat. It is the final verse on page 17 from Psalm 99, where those words can be found on the screen before you, and we invite you to join us in singing our way into our Sabbath day. Continue in our prayer books, pages 20 and 21, words of Lecha Dodi as we welcome the Sabbath to be with us, enriching our lives, infusing our hearts and our spirits. Pages 20 and 21.
Shabbat
rise as is comfortable. Sometimes when we have the opportunity to go on vacation, the very best part, I find, is actually the planning that goes on for weeks and months ahead as you're dreaming about your favorite restaurant, as you're imagining where you want to be. So forgive me as I ask a preemptive question. You see where my mind is at. That day is going to come on Wednesday night or Thursday night where you're no longer saddled with the bread of affliction, where you get to choose that glutinous, yeasty product of your choosing. What's it going to be when it's time to break Passover in the week ahead? Is it a slice of pizza? Is it a croissant? Is it an adult beverage? As you wish the person beside you a Shabbat Shalom, think about and share perhaps what that food might be.
Vegan meat, seitan, vegan-free. I'm gonna have a vegan meat gyro. Yeah. You?
Kids go to.
Do you not eat bread? Are you the other
I'm
two?
going to die.
I am also vegetarian, so I understand that. Yeah, but also like a nice big dinner roll. And the soy sauce is also technically beef, so.
That is true. That is true.
And it's just not lemon, I suppose.
Right. I would now encourage you to take all of that and put it out of your mind for the kosher for Passover desserts we'll enjoy for our own egg. May be wonderful for this holiday and little else. We turn now in our prayer books to page 22. Nope, make that page 24, excuse me, as we welcome even God's ministering angels, as we've welcomed the Sabbath bride, as we've welcomed one another with words of Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim.
Will you join me in the English in the middle of page 27? Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer, on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days. Lest my day be today as the one before, lest routine set my ways. Amen. Baruch Hu praise can be found on page 28, and we invite you to rise as you are able. On page 30, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna mishane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, sader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, Golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or, uma'avir yom umevi laila, uma'avdil bein yom uvein laila, Adonai tzivaot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. And on the bottom of page 33, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, pages 34 and 35.
Shema Yisrael,
welcome to be seated as we continue page 36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברתם בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת.
It is a pleasure now to trade places with those members of our adult choir joining us this evening in service, leading us in prayer. These words may sound a bit more familiar from the movie or television screen than immediately from our prayer book. You might recognize it from the Prince of Egypt as a recognition that this is Shabbat Pesach. Please.
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hope
We turn in our prayer books now, page 42, as we ask for God's shelter of peace, God's shelter of protection over us, over all in need in this challenged world. And on page 44 in our prayer book, we find words of Vishamru, our weekly reminder of the covenant, the blessing that is Shabbat. Service continues now on pages 46 and following with our Shabbat Amidah. I invite you to rise as is comfortable for you as we join together in song and in prayer.
Reminder for the Giverot that this week we switched to Morid Hatal.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia gitehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, ve'Konei HaKol, ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot ve'Imahot, u'mevi geula libnei b'neihem, le'ma'an shemo be'ahava, melech ozer u'moshiach u'magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, mechayei hakol atah rab lehoshia, morid hatahal, mechakel chayim bechesed, mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim verofei cholim, umatir asurim, umekayim emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha ba'al gevurot, umido melach, melech memit, umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lehachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yehallelu selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We continue through page 60 with the words of the Amidah, or with those prayers that can only come from each of our own hearts. When you have finished your silent prayers this evening, or simply when you are ready, we invite you to be seated. On page 253 in our prayer books, we find Mishaberach L'cholim, our prayer for those in need of healing. If there are those you are thinking of in need of healing of mind, of body, of spirit, and you are comfortable sharing their name aloud, that we might concert not only our prayers, but our efforts in the days and weeks ahead on their behalf, I invite you to do so at this time.
Jacobson, Gwyneth Rochelle.
Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh Cholim. Blessed are you, God, who brings a measure of comfort to those who are ill. And together we say, Amen. Page 253. A story is told about Elijah the prophet, that he wanted to test the gratitude and compassion of the people who were attending a wedding. It said that first Elijah disguised himself as a beggar. He put on clothing that was not suitable for the affair. He knocked on the door of that wedding banquet, and the host took one look at him before shooing him away. The wedding reception continued as planned. Later, the prophet Elijah, we're told, returned to that very same door, dressed in a most beautiful suit, like he walked straight out of, I suppose they didn't have Brooks Brothers magazines or catalogs back then, but whatever worked in that time. This time, the host greeted him and ushered him as a regal guest into the banquet and ballroom. He put him at the head table with the bride and groom themselves. Everyone vied to come and meet the newcomer. People rushed to serve him fruits and then salads and fish and meat before something very peculiar began to happen. The regal guest, who we know to be Elijah the prophet, but they didn't, began to stuff food into the pockets of his clothing until they started to bulge and ooze down his pant leg. The strange behavior certainly caught the attention of the guests. But it took the cake when he grabbed a bottle of wine off the table and began to pour it all over himself, beginning with his top hat. Finally, one of the guests mustered up the courage to ask him why he was behaving so oddly. Elijah responded, "When I came dressed in a beggar's clothing, you turned me away. When I came dressed in these fancy clothings, you offered me the highest of all honors. You didn't invite me, you invited my clothing, so I've invited it to partake." Last night, we invited Elijah the prophet to join our second night Seder here at Temple, just as I imagine you invited him to the Seder table you were at. I imagine Elijah was just a bit tipsy as he made his way from Seder table to Seder table. Perhaps Santa's milk and cookies might be a little bit more sustainable. But I love this facet of our Seder. I love it because I tend to geek out about the historical development of our traditions. And if you'll indulge me, I'd love to explain this one. At the beginning of our Passover Seder, we read in the Haggadah, "Let all who are hungry come and eat." Opening one's table to family and to friends, to all who are in need, appears to have been the rabbinic intention when the Seder as we know it developed. But as time went on, it became less and less prudent to just throw open your doors to passing strangers as a member of the Jewish community. And the tradition morphed into not opening our doors at the beginning of the Seder, when people would be passing by on their way home from work, but at the very end, when there was no one out and about. Instead of leaving the door open for all, we open it but briefly, just long enough for Elijah the prophet to make his way in. I love that we invite Elijah to our Seder not only as historical innovation, but in keeping with the pedagogy of the entire Seder. The Israelites were redeemed from Egypt with a strong hand and an outstretched arm by the Holy One, blessed be God, we read time and time again. And we know that we ourselves are supposed to imagine as if we were really there. As we come back into these bodies, though, as we come back into this day, who is there to redeem us? The answer in Jewish tradition is Elijah the prophet, herald of the Messiah or the Messianic age. Our redemption is close at hand, the Passover Seder tells us, and we continue to believe. But how close is it? I love that we invite Elijah to our Seder table, not only as historical innovation, not only as pedagogy, but to remind us of exactly how close, or perhaps far away, that redemption really is. In the words of Ruth Messenger, the former president and CEO of American Jewish World Service, she says, "The Messiah doesn't connote that some entity, deity, or event will suddenly arrive and change the circumstances in our lives, either for good or for bad. That's a notion of childhood wish fulfillment. I believe," she says, "that we all have a partnership with God to do our part to heal and improve the world. The notion of a Messiah is that in times of trouble, which is what we have right now, we're called upon to do so much more in partnership with each other and with the world force to make things better here and now. It won't happen because someone drops out of the sky. If more people believe in the possibility of improvement," she writes, "and understand themselves as agents to bring about change, then that, in a way, is the work of Elijah the prophet." We, each of us then, are guests at the wedding. When we see a new person approach, imagine if we were to treat them as if they themselves might be the Messiah for which we are waiting. Surely then we would pass the test that Elijah was putting forward in the story with which I began. And just as surely, if we acted in such a way, this world would become the place we were looking for, whether the person we greet each and every time is Elijah or not. Our Passover Seder reminds us of this possibility each and every year, that with the act of inviting Elijah in, and with our fervent hope to live in a world redeemed, that next year will be in the heavenly Jerusalem. This year, let's keep doing the work to make it so. Shana Haba'a B'Yerushalayim. May we realize that day. May we greet everyone as if they could be Elijah the prophet, not only because we don't know when he might arrive on our doorstep, but because we know if we greeted everyone that way, it wouldn't matter if it was Elijah or not. Shabbat Shalom. We invite you to turn in your prayer books now to words of Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 282 on the bottom of the page. And when you have found your page 282, if it's comfortable again for you to rise, we'd invite you to do so.
Aleinu l'shabeach lahadon hakol, latet gedula liyotzeh bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'arasot, velo asamanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה
You are welcome to be seated as we turn to page 294 and remember those upon whose shoulders we stand. As we prepare for words of Kaddish Yatom, our mourner's prayer, we observe the period of Shloshim for Faye Lichtenstein and Roberta Leventhal Mallon. And we mark the yahrzeit, the commemoration of the passing of Rebecca Ballin, Shirley Barish, Betty Rudoy Barnett, Alan Brufsky, Phyllis Budin, Bessie Cohen, Perry Cooper, Miriam Dreyfus, Bernice Gordon, Albert Fabricant, Kathy Fabricant, Tibor Ferenczi, Rose Field, Robert Gelman, Libby Goldstock, Bernice Gordon, Dora B. Jacobson, Richard Kantrowitz, Israel S. Korenberg, Erica Loughton, Jack P. Malloy, Lynn Mandel, Esther Miller, Tybee Morris, Mary Pomerantz, Anna Ray Rosen, Mark Siegler, William D. Siegel, Charlotte H. Silverstein, Julius Silverstein, Phyllis Stahl, Isidore Weiss, Max Wexler, and Esther Watzman-Wiseman. If there are others whom you are remembering this Shabbat, or if I have inadvertently mispronounced the name of a loved one, I invite you to share their names at this time.
Fiona Demmel,
Yehei zichronam livracha. May the memory of our loved ones be for us an everlasting blessing. I would invite you to rise as we continue affirming words of Mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayei u'vyomei uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach, le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitroman v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemed kudusha barich hu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechamata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rab amin shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrama hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May God, who makes peace in the highest of heavens, make peace for us and for all who mourn. And together we say, Amen. You are welcome to be seated. With a tremendous debt of gratitude to the wonderful members of our adult choir who are joining us tonight, Kim and Stephanie, Bobby, Judy, and Laura, thank you for joining us, for leading us in song and in prayer, along with Cantor Kalix and Jim Burns. Of course, we are grateful as always. We hope you will join us immediately following the service for a kosher for Passover Shabbat oneg. Enjoy a sweet treat, but remember it's kind of like a matzo ball. It will just keep expanding, and you might want to take it just a little bit easy. Recognizing that this is that Shabbat Pesach, we join together in words Avadim Hayinu, which can be found in our prayer book on page 361.
Avadim hayinu, hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin. Avadim hayinu, ata b'nei chorin, b'nei chorin.
And just a bit of liturgical business, perhaps. We recognize that tonight is the second night on which we number the days of the Omer, counting down between Passover and the commemoration of the giving of Torah with Shavuot, that blessing, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, Nitzivanu al Sfirat HaOmer. Today is the second day, 2 days in the counting of the Omer. We would invite you to rise as you are able, as we recognize the sweetness of Shabbat with words of Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
It's a tough time of year where it's flat. For the Seder, we said the blessing over matzah because it was a commandment to eat it for the rest of the days of Passover. We say the blessing over bread, our normal motzi, though it is a bit flatter than it normally is.
This is true.
I invite you to join me, even if you want me to partake symbolically for all of you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz v'te'avon.
Yum. Shabbat Shalom.
Oseh shalom b'mroma. Oseh shalom b'mroma. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu. Be the one who makes peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. יעשה שלום, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.